Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Olmos, and I want to welcome you to this week's edition of Ask Dr. Olmos. Another question that has been asked is do I have to wear the appliance when I eat? Well, it depends on what your problem is. There are certain people that do, and there's certain people that don't. Um, the jaw can sometimes be managed only at night if the origin of the problem is nighttime. So let's say you have an airway issue and you're not breathing properly, then an appliance designed to help you breathe better at the same time decompress might be all that a person needs. Another person may have injuries such as they may have that problem at night as well, but in the daytime, they may have other injuries. Let's say they have a bad hip, a bad knee, bulging discs in their back. And so just walking around with all that pain tends to make them clench, and that aggravates things. So in certain situations, people need to have what we call decompression, an appliance in their mouth to keep the bone, your lower jaw and your skull from touching, because that exacerbates some of these other things and adds to clenching and grinding, which only makes for more pain. Essentially, what we're trying to do is keep the person upright throughout the day, because forward postures are the origin of a lot of these muscular issues that people are dealing with. And so we basically do orthopedic evaluations to triage where the injuries are and try to get you as upright as possible so that you minimize the stress to these other injured parts. And a lot of times we identify the part that is causing the problem, and the person's not aware of it because the brain is trying to keep pressure off of that structure, so it makes pain on an opposite side. So very often when people are complaining about a pain on one side, it's usually the opposite side that is the origin. That's confusing to them until you palpate or touch the injured part. Then they become very aware of it and recognize that they've had that the whole time. So that makes our ability to refer out to proper providers for different structures. Sometimes that might be a chiropractor, an osteopathic physician, orthopedic surgeon, physical therapist, acupuncturist, all sorts of different therapies that are necessary. Sometimes we find enteric problems where we need to refer to gastroenterologist, neurologist, any number of different practitioners, rheumatologists, sleep physicians, certainly. We're basically a triage center to be able to get a concerted, united way to go about treating, because very often people's treatment is segmented, and very often providers do not communicate with each other. So sometimes they can be working at cross purposes. And you want everybody on your team, you want everybody trying to give their best to get you to feel your best. That's all for this week. Thank you for sharing. And if you have questions, please submit them in the description below. See you next week.